Today we'll be talking about constructing and interpreting graphs. We can display them in many ways, and some of the ways that we can display them are bar graphs and circle graphs and line graphs. You've seen them all. Sometimes you hear of bar graphs as histograms. Sometimes you hear about circle graphs as pie charts. You've seen them in past years. We'll be constructing these graphs using Google Sheets. Well, we have this spreadsheet, right? It shows the world population from 1750 to 2050, right? The population for 2050 is, of course, basically just an estimate because that's way far in the future, right? So we're going to use a spreadsheet to construct the graphs. And we're going to experiment with different types of graphs to determine how best to display them. Okay, so now let's take a look at this information in a Google spreadsheet. Taken a moment and made sure that we put our information in for our population over the number of years. We have to find some way to graph them. And in order to graph them, what you have to do is you have to select the information in the table, the stuff that's important to you. In this case, it's the years and the population in millions. Okay? Now, in order to create a graph, you're going to have to click Insert and then Chart inside Google Spreadsheets. Now, if you're not sure how to get to Google Spreadsheets, just type in Google Sheets in the Google search and you'll be able to get to it, and you'll get to something like this. Now, to create a chart, you're going to insert your chart and look at it. It goes and chooses the appropriate chart that you want. Now, let's say I'm looking at this, and we said that there were three different charts. We had a pie chart. We also had a bar chart, which is a column chart like this. Okay? Or we had something similar to a circle graph, right? Okay? Now, each one of these different graphs that you saw here, which you can easily choose by clicking the chart editor section when it pops up and select one of the suggested, or scroll through this list and select the one that you want. Okay? If I'm looking at the pie chart, okay, this thing doesn't really say much to me. It's just telling me that the year 2050 is 42.1%. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't show me any information for my information. It doesn't really show me anything nice. Let's go take a look at the bar chart. If I look at the bar chart, it kind of shows that over the years, as we see, we notice that the number of people are growing over time, generally. Okay? Now, for some reason, there was a blip in sometime between 1900 and 1950. This may have come about because of the First World War and the Second World War, and famines and plagues that happened in each of the years from 1900 to 1950. Now, that's nice, but I could also take a look at another graph, which was that line graph, and it kind of shows, it's more dramatic. It shows how everything progressed from 1750 to 2050. The only issue is, which one is better? Is it the bar chart or the column chart? In this assignment, what you'll be doing is you'll be making different charts based on the different tables of information that you're putting in for each graph. This is an example one where we go through all the different graphs and we pick the best one that fits it. All right, you're done. Please get to work.